What's up, guys? Today we're going to be laying waste to a lot of pirates, and seeing what we can glean from the results. So let's get into it. Alright, let's start massacring pirates. I'm going to be doing them 3 at a time, and I'm sure we're going to speed this up. I'm going to be taking out the top level pirates, as well as some level 32s with a secondary fleet, as well as some level 30s with my third fleet. Alright, 100 pirate fights down. Now I'm going to quickly log all the information and then we'll see what we glean. So, right back. Alright, so did a lot of tallying. Let's look at the results. First thing that I was able to glean is that ballpark, it's about a 25% chance to get any of the actual resources. Titanium, deuterium, nickel, steel, or plasma. It's pretty random. I was killing all pirates above level 30, but I was killing 30s, 32s, and 35s, so the stacks were going to be a little bit uneven because the number of crates that you get is based on the level of the pirate. So level 30 pirate, you get 30 stacks of whatever a titanium steel crate, whereas a level 35 pirate will get 35 stacks of titanium crate. So the numbers weren't going to be perfectly exact anyway, but based on what I'm seeing, the actual number of drops, it came out to 23 titanium, 23 deuterium, 25 nickel steel, and 29 plasma. And I would say statistically it's pretty insignificant. I wouldn't read into that and assume that plasma has a higher drop rate. Luck of the draw. Seems to be a 25% chance which one you get. Now interestingly, and you can tell this from the value here, considering that you get 3,000 titanium, steel, and deuterium, only 300 plasma. Plasma is seen as 10 times as valuable as the major resources. And nickel steel is seen as half as valuable as plasma, therefore 5 times as valuable as the base resources. So you loot a lot less titanium, steel, and plasma as compared, nickel, steel, and plasma as compared to titanium, steel, and deuterium. But I do want to see ultimately what this amounts to. So we did 100 pirates, and we are going to gain almost 2.2 million titanium steel. Not bad. Over 2 million deuterium. Not bad. We're getting just shy of 500k nickel steel, which is a moderate amount for sure, but for 100 pirate attacks, just not that much. We did loot the most plasma, so it's a bit more than 250,000 plasma. It is close to 300,000 plasma, but not quite. But generally speaking, the takeaway here is if you are going to do 100 pirates, you can expect around 2.25 to 2.5 million titanium and deuterium, and you're going to get about 500k nickel steel and about 250k plasma. That's statistically how it should shake out. All right, now we're going to talk about the outfitting materials. And one of the first things that I noticed is that all pirates that I hit, the 30s, the 32s, and the 35s, had a chance to just not drop any outfitting materials. If it did drop outfitting materials, it was always a stack of 3. It was nice, but 15 of the 100 pirates that I hit, and this was true across all of the levels of pirates, 15 of those attacks didn't drop any outfitting materials. So it might be a little bit of a stretch to say there's a 15% chance of not getting outfitting materials, but I do think it's safe to say it's at least a 10% chance of not getting outfitting materials. And if you consider a no item to be one of the drops, then there's technically 11 possible drops, because you have the 10 outfitting materials themselves and then the invisible no drop. So really, it should be like a 1 in 11 chance, unless the chance for a no drop is higher. But it should be something closer to like 9 times out of 100, you're just not going to get a drop. But as for some of the other more interesting results, I would say statistically, none of this is particularly crazy. The highest drops I got, I had 15 of the interphase substance, 14 of the self-repair ceramics, again, not bad, and right around that same 200-ish range, 12 amorphous alloy, which I actually really needed amorphous alloy, so not surprised, or a bit surprised rather, that I got 12 drops there. 11 drops of the living metal, not bad. 10 drops of the nano drone, and this is where we get into some of the smaller numbers. Then it drops all the way to 6 drops of the ultra micro AI component, which I had over 1,000 of, so didn't need those too bad. 5 drops of the Lingen crystal, and then 4 drops each for the monocrystalline, the thermoelectric alloy, and the unirite. What I do find interesting, and again, statistically, this is not a claim I can make with any certainty. I will have to run this experiment again. But I do find it interesting that the material I started off having the least of, as you can see, I'm going to craft a bunch of it, I also got the absolute minimum drop for. Now, again, I also got absolute minimum drops of only 4 drops each of a few of the other ones, so it is entirely possible that it is a coincidence. But I've heard people say that when they're really in need of one, it's never drop. So again, certainly not a statistical certainty or anything like that, but it's interesting. The conspiratorially minded among us could say maybe the one that you're hurting for the most, you're least likely to get. And now that doesn't explain why some of the other ones that I have a bit more of, like the unirite, I also only got 4 drops for. So I'm gonna say at this time, I'm still assuming it's just RNG that it shook out that way. But it's interesting. I would like to run this again in the future and see if the one that I have the least of is yet again one that I get the fewest drops for. So I just thought that information was interesting. I wanted to share it with you guys. But if any of you guys have conducted similar experiments on your own, let me know in the comments. Additionally, if you have any feedback, if there's like a certain trend you tend to notice, something that tends to make certain resources or certain components drop more or less, even if it's just anecdotal, let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can do some testing and either validate what you're saying or disprove it. But either way, yeah, I wanted to do 100 pirate fights and share with you guys the results. That's what we did today, and I will probably do this again a few more times. I've got plenty of energy still saved up and get you guys even more results. But yeah, wanted to share that with you guys. So thank you guys very much for checking out this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appease the algorithm gods, and I will see you guys real soon. Until next time, peace!